Welcome to Insta Class by Amity Online. Hi, I am Shashi Jain, an image consultant, soft skill trainer, and a coach. I help people become better versions of themselves and create a brand called you. In this series, today we will talk about virtual meetings etiquette. So, virtual meetings are real time interactions that take place over the internet using integrated audio and video, chat tools, and application sharing. Post pandemic, we have seen that the importance of virtual meetings has grown exponentially because of the lockdown, the social distancing, other security and safety measures, and the work from home culture that has been accepted worldwide across organizations and industries. So, if we are aware of virtual meeting etiquette and we implement them, then our online meetings run smoothly. It has become indispensable and part and parcel of our life, whether personal, professional, or social. So we all have seen that, we have celebrated so many occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, and even baby showers. We celebrated a baby shower virtually in our family. And even if you say the Pratna Sabha, when someone expires, it's really sad, but uh, the Pratna Sabha is also happening online on virtual platforms. And in professional field, the importance of virtual meetings is, you cannot deny that. Because even if it is team meetings, the leader with the team, or it's a sales meeting, or it's a demo meeting, everything is happening online. Now, virtual meeting etiquette ensures that online meetings run smoothly. When we prioritize remote meeting etiquette, then we as team members will be able to accomplish more productive work, and it also gives value and respect to all the attendees. So we ensure that all the attendees are respected and valued and productive work is done. So now let's understand what are the different steps to hold an effective virtual meeting. First and foremost, we have to schedule a meeting, and then an invitation has to be sent to all the team members. Then creating an agenda is really important because we should know the goals and objectives of the meeting. Then we have to set the guidelines, rules, and the meeting etiquette. We also have to keep time for personal chat and a casual chat because the team bonding happens there. Finally, the last but not the least, we have to follow up also after the virtual meeting. The virtual meeting can be divided into three phases. So it is pre-meeting, meeting time, and post-meeting. So now we'll talk about the do's and don'ts and what the meeting facilitator or the project manager or the leader has to do, and what are the do's and don'ts for the attendees. So talking about the team, the meeting facilitator. First and foremost, he or she has to determine what the meeting agenda or goal has to be. There has to be certain objective for a meeting that has to be set correct. And for that, he or she can consult or verify with the important team members. Next comes a formal invite over email by the team leader or by the meeting facilitator to all the team members, where the agenda of the meeting is shared, where the RSVP deadline is also shared, and it is also shared that which platform or medium is going to be used. So after the invitation is sent, what is the attendee supposed to do? The attendees are supposed to respond to the invitation. If we are not attending, then we should notify to the leader or the meeting facilitator. If we are going to be late, then we should share with them, and we should take permission at times if your leader has organized a meeting. So all that has to be followed, and after that, the meeting starts. When the meeting starts, then the team leader or the meeting facilitator has to log in online, has to be at the virtual location 5 to 10 minutes before. He or she has to check whether all the meeting tools are functioning properly, whether the microphone, the webcam, or the speakers are functioning properly. He has to be well acquainted with all the tools of the meeting. Similarly, the attendees should also arrive or log in a few minutes before, 5 minutes before, or exactly at the start time. During the meeting, the attendees should focus on the meetings and turn off all the distractions. So all the apps like LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, they should be switched off. The notifications should be muted, because every time you hear that, the notification sound, your mind goes there. So focus totally on the meeting. Close all other apps. Then you should also mute your cell phone, because a call may come and you may get distracted, and the ringtone may also disturb others. You should stay in mute if you're not speaking. If it's a meeting of more than 10 people, then it's preferable to stay on mute, or if you're in a noisy surrounding. But do keep your video on, because it's a powerful tool to build that human connection, to maintain that human connection in a virtual platform. But if you have connectivity issues or suppose network issues, then you may inform the facilitator that you have connectivity issues, and you would keep your video off after greeting everyone. You should use the chat box for the comments or the questions. If you're asked to unmute, then you may do so. Otherwise, use the chat box. And you should always be prepared for the meeting. So in the pre-meeting section, the attendees should see the agenda. When the agenda is shared, they should prepare for the meeting. And if they're not attending, then the file or the notes or the inputs should be shared ahead, which was supposed to be shared in the meeting, and he's not present. Then comes that you have to present your work, so your PPT and all should be ready. After that, you should know how to operate virtual meeting tools. So if you have to use the camera, if you have to use the share option, you should know everything. And in the meeting, if the conversation goes haywire, then it's the duty of the leader or the team facilitator to steer the group back on track, back on the course. After the meeting is over, there should be a follow-up by sending out the meeting summary to all the team members no later than a day after the meeting. This also helps the attendees, the team members who are not present in the meeting, who are absent, to stay in the loop and stay on track. So these are the different things that we should keep in mind while doing virtual meetings. Suppose you are alone at home and the doorbell rings, there's a Swiggy or there's an Amazon delivery or there's a visitor. Then you have to attend the visitor or the delivery person. So during that time, just don't think that, okay, it will just take 2 minutes and I'll be back, so it doesn't matter. Write on the chat box or inform the leader or the facilitator that you will be away for 5 minutes, so that if they are calling your name for some inputs, or if they're asking you some questions or asking you to update something, they are aware that you are not there. The team should work on the assignment after the summary has been sent, and they should also prepare the work report or the progress report for the next meeting. So the pre-meeting, the meeting time, and the post-meeting do's and don'ts have been shared. Online meeting etiquette will make virtual meetings feel like an in-person one, and can also build the feeling of camaraderie and togetherness amongst the co-workers. So hope these inputs of mine and these views of mine help you in creating productive, effective virtual meetings. Thank you.